Hi, my name's Barney. I live on the northern beaches, Sydney, Australia, and I've recently caught the fishing addiction, and now I just love it, and I go fishing almost every day, everywhere around the place. So I decided to make a YouTube channel, the Tailor Sardine, where I can post some videos on where I fish, what I catch, flathead, whiting, everything, and how I cook it and what I cook it with. So yeah, pretty much the Tailor Sardines, my YouTube channel. Subscribing would be good. But today I'm just going to show you how to cook some Tailor I caught at Little Manly the other day. So here we go. So these are the wonderful Tailor I'm going to be working with today. Around 32 centimeters, just legal. But I'm just going to show you the way I like to batter them up and cook them on the stove with herbs and veggies and whatever tastes nice. So okay, so here's the Tailor. I'm just going to place him in the plain flour just here and make sure his whole body is nice and covered up. You can even do his head. I don't generally eat the head, but there's some meat that you can get around there. So I like to cover him up, put some flour maybe in the stomach, make him all smothered all over with flour. I have 2 eggs, depending on how much fish you've got. I'm using 2 eggs because I've got 2 fish, so that should work just fine. And I'm just going to add a dash of milk just to smoothen it out a little bit, and then because it has flour on it, hopefully the Tailor will be covered in egg. So you just flip him through the egg and the milk now, so he's nice and covered up. Okay, so now I pop him into the quinoa flakes, and it's the same thing, covering all over, which is going to give him a nice crispy layer. You can also use the breadcrumbs though. I sometimes use quinoa flakes, or sometimes use breadcrumbs. There's not much of a difference. There's a bit of a different taste, but you can use either. It doesn't matter too much. And I'm just going to cover him up nicely like so. And there we go. So what I really like to cook my fish with is tomatoes, which when they sizzle up on the stove, they're absolutely delicious. So some nice tomatoes to put with it. Then I get a little bit of thyme from the garden and some oregano. And always, whenever you're doing fish, you need lemon. Nothing else. If you can only use one thing, use lemon. Okay, then I have my olive oil I'm just going to pop on the pan. First of all, I have the cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to dice these guys up in nice little bits and just pop them on the pan. Oh, that sizzle. Now I'm just going to add some olive oil to that mix. Just all over there. You can use butter, but I prefer to use olive oil with fish. Then I'm going to get some herbs, get them broken up a little bit and pop them on the pan so they start sizzling up and the flavour starts getting out into that oil. Now I'm going to get the lemons. Okay. So there's them cooking nicely. Now I'm gonna pop these guys on the pan to cook. Also, what I like to do is with the tomatoes, give them a nice little squash like this, because then all their flavour and juice just comes out and can cook into the fish and give the fish a tomatoey flavour. Here are the 2 beautifully well-cooked, battered Tailors I caught freshly at Little Manly. This is the Tailor Sardine. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.